Hmm. I really don't know. Mm-hmm. Uh, I'll cover you in this. You see Naughty Pine take out the piece of paper tied to his cuff, untie it, and unroll it. What kind of material is this parchment made out of? Okay. Uh, I look at it, reading it in common out loud. I have brought you here to help you take care of some things. The gods allow me to take you from your worlds into this one. You will find out soon, well, what you are going against. I don't I hmm. Thank you. I immediately uh after still having this piece of paper in my hand, I immediately sacred flame the piece of paper, burning it with radiance. Thank you. Yep. Yeah, you never said we're starting, so I'm like, scramble, scramble. That's alright. I could fill in most of it. Uh, I say, child, before you leave, are you injured? I'm waiting for an answer. Okay. Uh, standing before you is this dwarven with a beard only down to about 8 inches down from his chin, braided hair, uh, a warhammer on his back, and some throwing axes on his belt. It's like, are you injured, child? And he's like, that's fine. It's like, I just look over my shoulder. I do like a shrug to uh, face character. It's like, I got nothing. What'd you find in the box? Okay. I would like to sing a dwarf. I was gonna sing like a dwarven hymn just to calm uh this little child that is in front of me. Um, Performance. How does the 17 hit you? Yeah. I I start making my way. Matter of fact, I think I need to roll investigation to find the exit, or do I have advantage? Or do I have advantage because I noticed where they were going? Welcome back. Mm-hmm. Passive perception. Okay. Uh, I said, do I still need to roll an investigation to find the exit out, or do I have advantage, or do I even have to roll to find the way out? Okay, so I don't have to roll. Okay, yeah, I start waddling out. Mm-hmm. Could you actually describe the path that we are on, whether it's surrounded by trees, or is it cave, or... Sorry. Uh, I do a quick whisper to uh, the nature gods for showing us the way out. Yeah, yeah. I'm just giving it like a small blessing. It's like, thank you, Mr. Tree. Yeah, I'm just like walking nonchalantly through the trees, like, thank you, Mr. Tree. Thank you, Mr. Tree. And I'm just keeping pace about like 5, 10 feet behind the wisp. So yeah, I'm just there, just following. General idea, yeah. Oh. Uh, I'm pretty much the ass end of this train, so I'm just keep following. Uh, I will ask this though, as Obsidian is typing. Do I notice the trees closing back behind me, or is it just okay? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Keep moving.
All right. I will say beyond this point, you will not be able to move anymore until the others catch up. because the trees all around you literally look like they are keeping you still.
That's not weird.
Huh?
That's not weird.
No, it's not.
Totally not.
Yeah, I just follow along. It's like, come on, my child. We must catch up to her. For she is wise in the ways of the trees, apparently.
Am I?
All right. Well, before anything else happens, real quick, Obsidian, you're. I'm gonna be letting you control it your wisp mostly, like in combat and most other things. But I will have it do some actions just because it does have its own personality. Your wisp grabs one of the notes that was tied to the collar of your leather jerkin, or cloth. I don't remember what you took.
Cloth.
It holds it up to you and literally keeps bumping into you until you were to take the note. Are you going to ignore it, or are you going to actually do something?
Sorry, audio beat me choppy for a momnet. What?
All right. Your wisp grabs one of the notes that was tied to the collar of your shirt and like kind of brushes up against your face, trying to get you to look at it. What are you going to do with this situation? I'm glad I got a little bit of water here.
Yeah,
Probably
you're
gonna
going to
soon.
want to get water while speaking.
Yeah. While I'm waiting on Obsidian, I'm actually going to go grab a little bit more water.
It's a sprite, not a wisp. I will look at it and see if it's anything of interest. Hugging it in slight fear.
Okay, sorry, Sprite. Give me a second and I'll tell you what it is.
But basically, the sprite takes off the notes that is attached to your clothing and keeps on like Navi is like, hey, 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 look at this, look at this, look at this.
Yeah, I know.
All right. So for you, Obsidian, so you'll be able to read along because I'm gonna read it out loud for Fox and Faye, and if there's anybody watching the video from me or your stream, Fox. Obsidian, I'd like you to look at from your former owner. You should have that in your journal, the handout. Please tell me when you're looking at it, or when you're able to.
Looking at it now.
All right. So, in Sylvan, it's written in Sylvan, so you understand it, and you can obviously speak it very fluently. You have been bought by a human. He did not tell me the use of you, but have fun with him. You'll be expected to do anything, absolutely anything. And if he returns you to me, you will die a very painful death. And that is the end of the note. I know.
I tear the knot into shreds in fear and anger, seeing that I have escaped, and hugs my sprite tighter as I tremble in air for a moment.
Okay. What would you like to do real quick? After reading that note, what do you do after tearing it? I think. Faye, are you sending me text messages?
Yes, and it's a private question, so don't say your
Throw the
answer out loud.
shreds into the forest.
Okay. Give me a second to answer that, Faye.
Okay.
I might answer it through Discord because it's easier for me to type.
I'm glad to see you feeling better.
Okay, so that question, Faye, I'm gonna answer on through a DM on Discord.
Okay.
To somebody else. Throw it into the forest. Okay, so Faye is for me to answer. Do you want me to answer that question before you take your turn?
I just need to know for what I want to do.
You need to know for what you want to do.
Yeah.
Or you
Remember?
son of a bitch.
Just
know exactly
answer the
what-
question.
Ooh, snap, snap.
Okay, Mom.
While you're typing this out, I would actually like to offer my hand to this young child and says, "Come, my child, the trees may have eyes." As I extend my hand, as if, like, take my hand, let's get the fuck out of here.
Does that answer your question, Faye?
Yeah, so you know what I want to do.
Yes, I
Right?
know. Please don't.
Why? Well, work? No, okay. I take my gloves off and touch my hand to the tree.
Oh God.
Oh.
Are you doing what I think you're about to do?
Possibly. You know my character.
Roll a d20 with a DC of 14. I knew you shouldn't have been the one that spearheaded the fucking party.
14, I didn't get it, but you know.
Okay, good.
Would it have worked? Tell me, would it have worked?
I can't tell you
Why not?
because if you try it again and it works,
Mm.
it will spoil it and technically be metagaming.
Ah. Okay.
Alright, so Fox, what'd you say you're gonna do?
I wish to take this young child by the hand, offering it kindly. It's like almost like it's like, come on, take my hand, let's get the fuck out of here.
Just to make sure, real quick, out of a question, how old does your character look in human years, Obsidian? Not the fact that it's actually 6 months old, but like, how old does it look?
She rushed and hugged the rough dwarf and arm, still shivering in slight fear but much calmer now. She looks 12.
Okay.
Child.
Okay, I couldn't remember how old she said it was. The character was.
Or younger.
Taller, younger. Okay. What's the growth rate for your character? Like, will it take like a couple of days to become full adult, or
4 months a year.
so 4 months is a year?
Yes.
Okay. Uh,
So I
that's
have.
gonna throw a little bit of a wrench.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Your
So,
job as a
here's-
DM is to work around it, but
Oh, I know.
basically,
Oh no,
I-
it's just throwing a fun wrench in because I mean, it will be fun because like the damn character's playing though. But you were saying, Fox?
I take this character by one hand and I offer the is it Sprite or Wes? It's a Sprite. I offer my other hand to the Sprite. It is like, come on, let's go.
That you want to sit here?
It's like I offer my hand to the Sprite. I take the child's hand and literally we just walk to the woman that's in front of us,
Alright.
as we really haven't exchanged names yet.
Alright.
I just want to get like to the crossroads there. It's like I just want to get there,
So I'm gonna say, oops.
and I'm gonna move my character up.
Okay, that wisp disappeared. Okay, I'm gonna move y'all all right there and say y'all are now all in a small clearing that it kind of seems like it closed off behind you completely. When you go back to see, it is actually closed. And what do y'all want to do? Starting with Faye.
I guess look around for a way out first.
Oh my! Do an investigation.
Okay. Doo-doo-doo.
You cannot find anything. The only thing you find is a couple of like small openings that you can fit an arm into, but that's it.
Do I hear anything?
No, it is completely silent in the woods or forest, whichever one you want to call.
Okay.
Okay,
I
moving on.
can't, I can't do what I want to do yet.
You have to wait a turn, don't you?
What?
For what you're wanting to do, you have to wait a turn, don't you?
Yeah, I have to wait till next turn.
Okay. All right, Fox.
'Cause I took a turn.
With child and Sprite in tow, I look at the woman and it's like, you find an exit yet?
Doesn't seem to be a big enough exit for a body. So, but I found little ones.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
Raza,
this point,
thank you for the host.
At this point, the wisp. I'm sorry, I keep calling it a
Sprite.
wisp. The sprite is actually looking at a couple of the small holes, and it's actually able to fit through a couple of them. And it goes into one and comes right back out with nothing. It kind of like having that look, that like overall looks like I didn't see anything.
I too would like to look, since it is still technically my turn.
Roll an investigation.
I don't know what I rolled.
You rolled a 14. And you do not see anything still. You find a few twigs on the floor, and you do see one thing that's kind of strange. When you're looking up around at the trees towards the tops of them, you do see a like what seems to be a feral animal, and it just kind of scampers off almost immediately. Like it's just like it was watching you, and it knew it was found.
I look to the woman in a deadpan face and says, "The trees have eyes." And I tell the little child, grab me a few of those twigs and put them in this bag here. I'm trying to distract this child player here, you know.
Yeah.
He's like, grab me some twigs.
There's also some small stones around.
No,
There's a couple of
I do
stones
as the
that
dwarf
look.
says and send my sprite ahead to seek out a path.
Right.
'Kay.
Yeah, your sprite literally goes into a couple more holes and comes back immediately. Can't find anything. It's like those small little holes just lead to another layer of trees that it can't get past. Also, I will say I forgot to say something, Fox, or I didn't forget. I just thought to say it. There are some rocks around that you think can be flint, but you do not have any high carbon steel or any kind of metal to spark it.
I grab me like one or two.
I have XD.
Oh yeah, I forgot you got the rusty sword and shield.
Yeah, I grab me
That's
like
probably
one.
all it's going to be useful for is being able to strike fire.
Yeah, I grab me like one or two pieces of flint. I'm more concerned about getting some wood. You know, kindling.
So this is going to be now it's going to be passed on to you, Faye, because Obsidian was picking up the sticks and everything.
I look toward the dwarf and say, "You might want to protect the little child for a second."
Oh jeez! Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Fuck.
I say,
If this
come.
works. Anyways.
I say, come, little one. I shall teach you the name of this tree. I say, this is an oak tree.
Protector as in like shield.
If the shield is on her back.
No, like shield her, like cover her with your body. Like don't.
Oh. Okay.
If this works, anyways.
Fox, I want you to roll a performance check real quick.
Performance. Okay.
They're all so confused.
DC will be my int check.
What is that Obsidian? Like, what's the number for it? Because it's gonna take me a minute to look. And honestly, I'm just doing a performance check just to see if I can poke fun. So I'm gonna say that passes.
I was like, do you know?
Because it is a performance check for himself now.
For myself?
Yes, for yourself. If you failed it, I was gonna say, no, that's actually a pine tree.
Can I? Are you shielding the little girl yet, Fox?
Essentially, yes.
Okay.
Depending on this roll.
Nope, that didn't work.
No!
I want to do this so bad.
Oh. Also, Faye, I would say don't roll a critical one with it either.
Okay.
Yeah, because you know, like, what you can do if you can't get the critical one, it'll probably end up going on to you.
Okay.
But I will roll a percentile check for that first, though, with 1/4 chance of it hitting you.
Okay.
All right. So, Fox, after you watch her just put her hand up against a tree and nothing happens.
For the second time.
Yeah. But they didn't see the first time.
Oh, did he?
Nope.
Okay.
Not really, no.
What would you like to do, say, in general.
Me?
No, Fox.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
You just took your turn.
thought you said today.
Sorry.
While I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's an oak tree. It is like I pull up a handful of pine needles and sheds, like,
She looks at the dwarf in utter blankness. And said, "Can I give it a little try?"
sure.
I think she's trying to eat the pine needles.
Maybe?
Have at it. I just like,
I mean, pine needles are actually a thing that some people actually will put in their mouth to chew on.
yep.
Or just
Pine
have
needle.
it like a thing, like a piece of hair or something.
Yeah.
I haven't picked all of my spells. Can I do that?
Yeah, you can go ahead and pick your spells if you want to, Obsidian. There's no need to really like tell me yet, because I'll just be able to go and look on your character sheet.
Yeah. While
Yep.
while this child is looking at, finding a way out or messing with the pine needles, I'm gonna, like, while I'm here, I'm gonna do an investigation check to see if I find an out.
Okay. Are you looking for a out or like a way out specifically, or are you just doing enjoy?
I'm looking a way out
Okay.
of this clearing.
Okay.
Much better.
How's the
All right,
17 hit
so-
you?
Okay, so you do not find a way out still, but you hear a very slight whisper come from nowhere. It seemed like the trees were actually talking to you. It said, "Know your names." Just whispered, "Know your names," and then stopped immediately after.
Oh, I get it. I get it. Did I hear this too?
Only Fox did.
Okay. Well, I understand what it means, even if I didn't.
It was such a slight whisper that Fox, if you could shrug it off as just being like your nerves are acting out because you're in some place that you don't know. But
I'm actually
the
going
investigation
to.
is 17. You take it that something is going on.
Yeah, I'm actually going to roll a nature check. It's like, that wasn't natural, but if it was, I should know about it.
Yep. With a nature check of 12, you do not really recognize any kind of thing that could be doing that. Other than that, you suspect it could be a treant. But that is more towards magic, I think.
That would be Arcana, yeah.
Yeah. But the only thing, like, you think it could be a treant doing this, but you don't know. You don't entirely know.
I cast the spell Soul's Joinery.
Just out of I don't know how to handle this because it's not a null magic zone, but something is preventing you from using spells to move past. Like any spell that would require, like any spell that would increase movement, like say going into like a spectral form or teleporting, you cannot do here for some reason. It is some sort of enchantment. Obsidian, this is going straight to you. It is some sort of enchantment that is keeping you from being able to use any kind of extended movement spells. So I'm guessing that's gonna turn out your
Okay.
thing. You can do an investigation, a perception, but that's about it. Or you can also just continue on with dialogue.
I will sail on to the dwarf's back and take a rest there as it nearly consumed all my sprite points.
Alright. Fate, what do you want to do?
Well, I would try it again, but I'm not going to.
Okay.
I say to the dwarf, "My name's Iris. What's yours?"
You see the dwarf take a big breath and says, "My name is Knotty Pine the Second. My father, the Knotty Pine, died gloriously in battle way before, just right after I was born. He found the portal and left and died and never came back. So here I am."
Sorry for your loss.
Yeah. He's with Timora now. I don't know why I'm
Is that
doing
your
this
god?
accent.
Is that your god?
Yes, I don't know why I'm doing this accent. Oh my god.
I like it.
I'm not having a fucking Scottish fucking dwarf.
Hey, Fox, what's the percentile die for roll 20?
Just one D100.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Alright, just making sure, because I was like, I rolled a D100 and I wasn't thinking it was going to actually work for some reason.
Yeah.
Anyways, that was for me.
Yeah, but between the conversation,
While you're saying, when you say, your father died gloriously in battle, all three of you hear just a very, very, very slight whisper, and it sounds like it's even coming from like hundreds and hundreds of meters away. You just hear, "Damn drunk dwarfs."
I immediately grab my warhammer. Through it, since this child is on my back, it's like trying to pry between off my bag. It's like, I need this. Thank you. I'm sitting there, standing there with my warhammer. It's like I'm doing like this. What the fuck was that?
And all three of you heard it, but oh, also a very strong calmness goes over you. It is not. It does not seem magical in nature. It is like a natural thing coming, happening through the woods. Non-flex to say something, or Obsidian. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Obsidian before I do anything else.
I just corrected myself. I was looking at Obsidian's second part of the name. So I'm just gonna do something stupid real quick.
And my gloves are back on, by the way.
So while I'm waiting for Obsidian, it's like you touch the tree. What would you expecting it to do?
I will show you when we get out of here. Because it doesn't seem to be working.
Did y'all hear that?
I did.
I
Barely.
wake up and look around to see if there is a way out and got off the dwarf's back to see if there's a way out and I touch the 3 seeing if she can find a way out.
Okay, child's anxious. We gotta find a way out. It's like way out was said 3 times. It's like we gotta find a way out.
Way out, way out, way out. Help!
The 12-year-old says we have to find a way out.
Fox,
Yeah.
what do you want to do? Actually, no, it'd be Faye, sorry.
Yeah, it'd be fair.
Did anything change in the clearing?
Nothing has changed so far.
I want to try again. Really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I can't find the John Wall on my spell list.
Never mind. That's my.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I do believe it goes back to me, correct?
Yes. It goes, you,
Yeah,
Fox, Obsidian, then, Faye.
Yeah, because it's literally going. Yeah. I asked the young child in common, and I actually like stoop down, like get a take a knee, and I look the child in the eye. It is like, child, I don't think the trees are going to release us until you tell us a name that
Hey, somebody finally got
your name or a name that they called you. And I'm kind of waiting on a smart ass for Mark here.
She refused to say her name and gives a shrug. It seems like she don't know her own name or she don't have one as of now.
Well, that's a problem. That wasn't in character, by the way.
Hmm.
I'm sorry about the shittily drawn maps. It's the best I can do.
Live and learn.
Ooh, wait, no, not what I wanted, not what I wanted, not what I wanted. Cancel. Nope. Cancel.
Like for my action, I would like to. Alright, if this doesn't work, no, I'm gonna do something next round. I'm gonna do an investigation to on one of the outer rings to find a hole big enough.
Okay.
Come on, be in that 20.
Nope.
Nope.
Okay, so
Damn it,
you
the
don't
numbers-
notice anything
No.
in particular. You just keep finding little splotches of pine needles that have been gotten stuck between trees. A few rocks and a couple of sticks. You also notice a strange sight. One of the pines have actually grown in through a rock, like a rock sitting in the middle of it, but it's just nothing special.
Okay, Faye, it's your turn.
Isn't it obsidians?
No, because it circles back around.
I have a spell that can get us out of it, but I don't have sprite points to do it.
Well, sit there and
There's
recoup them.
one simple thing you've got to do.
I'd like to bend down in front of the small child and ask if there was anything she'd like to be called. Any name she would like to give herself.
Well, at this point, I'm right about to call her Wimbatanya, and hopefully the trees will release her.
She shook her head, not knowing what is a name and not knowing what does a name do.
A name is something you get called by. Like, how do you explain a name? I'm not sure.
Hey, Fox.
Yeah.
Just a quick question. You said you prayed to the nature gods earlier, right?
Yep. Well, I gave them thanks.
You gave him thanks, but you still technically prayed, right?
Yeah.
She finally spoke in her soft, shivering voice. A girl has no name, or any name to be named.
I don't know what to do. Fox, your turn.
Thanks, Faye.
I don't have anything to do.
Thanks, Faye.
Yeah, well.
Hey, Fox, before you say anything, I'm going to send you a message on Discord. I'm also going to mute myself to speak to the people who ever watch this video. If they watch it, your stream viewers will actually see it on your side.
Okay.
Just out of character, you guys can name her whatever you want.
Yeah, I kind of figured. Okay.
All right, Fox, what would you like to do?
I immediately say, kneeling down, start praising to Timora that...
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I wanted to show you what I made Dad for his birthday. I used my ink for my pen and a little tiny paper. It's this big. It's the ocean and the sky.
Okay.
Ink is really hard to paint with though because it dries super fast and it's super sticky.
Yeah.
But it'll.
Is that your
okay,
sister, Fox?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what you should do?
Kill myself.
No, tell her
What's
to
your
say
sister
hi.
name my character?
Kill myself.
Alright, name of the 12-year-old D&D character.
And tell her to say hi to your stream.
Female.
Girafita.
Fox, tell her to say hi to the stream.
I couldn't think of this. Jenny.
Arctic says hi.
Hi.
I love you. Now get the fuck out.
That thing said my child.
I did not say that.
I say I love you. And I'm telling you, get the fuck
I
out.
love you and I love it. It's so wet.
I like the name Jenny. But before I do anything else, I kneeled down and I started immediately praising Timora. It's like, oh Timora, grant me a name to name this child. I would actually like to roll religion. If I fail this, I'm just gonna sit there and keep on rolling until I get it fucking above the DC.
Go ahead, roll. Roll religion. And performance. Roll religion and oh fuck and performance.
Oh.
Oh god!
Oh no.
Okay, so hold on a sec.
Oh. And before I get flooded with DMs.
Back. Okay, so you pass on the religion, perfectly fine. However, when you get down on your hands and knees to start praising Timora, you get several pine needles up the nose.
Oh.
I ain't worried about
Just
that.
when you breathe in to start your prayer, there's like 5 pine needles that run up into each of your nostrils and causing you to sneeze fervently for about 5 minutes.
I'm okay with that.
And and actually, hold on a sec. Shit. Okay.
Oh my god.
No, that's actually good for me this time. You actually hear a massive crowd of laughter, just very quiet laugh to you in particular, Fox. And Obsidian, you don't hear it, but your sprite does react to it, but not in like a bad manner. It's just like, oh hey, it's there. Okay.
Well,
So you do have the name to name.
yeah, it's probably gonna be the next time around before I stop coughing and sneezing. So, Faye, it's your turn.
So it's fair to say that Obsidian now has the name Jenny.
Yeah, Jenny's going to be the name.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
Now, if I have to name
Kill
your
me,
fucking
XD.
sprite, what was that?
Kill me, XD. Why kill you?
I know another Jenny Earl.
Oh jeez.
I know
Well,
several
you can say that
Jennys
they're
IRL,
playing
but
them in D&D.
or
Okay, Faye, what would you like to do right now?
were you expecting a very unique fucking style D&D name?
From somebody who doesn't play D&D, I'm guessing.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I'm guessing we all know
I will
Obsidian.
DM you a name soon. Give me a second.
Never mind. I don't know. Honestly.
What do you want to do now, Faye?
Yeah, because you just see me sneezing and coughing up pine needles.
Yeah, there's just like one just not refusing to get out of your nose. It's just kind of hanging there.
I
I know you did it in real life, Fox.
Yeah.
No idea. Is the forest still quiet?
The forest is still quiet to you, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Fox, however, you're still hearing very quiet laughter.
Why not? One more time. Nope. Okay.
Okay.
Nothing.
It's not going
I
to
do
be
nothing.
Jenny, but
I do nothing.
Okay, Fox.
Except put my hand to a tree again.
you didn't take off your glove.
I don't think I ever put it back on after the last time.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, that's why you keep not making it. It's because you haven't taken
Oh
it
yeah,
off.
totally. I
That's
said
what
I put it
that's what
on
I blame it on.
at one point, and then I tried again. I
Yeah.
assumed I took it off.
Mm.
Well, Fox, you're no longer coughing and sneezing. What do you say? Because technically you still haven't officially named Obsidian yet.
Yeah. You just see me like go into a trance and start writing this name in the ground.
Oh, so we're not keeping Ginny?
No,
Oh, of course.
no.
Okay, well, I will fix that real quick.
Sorry.
Oh, it's fine. What do you say after that happens? Renalise. That's actually a really cool name.
Yeah.
Oh, I was just gonna be like Annalise, like no, that ain't right. It's like too many letters. It's like Arnalise. Yeah.
Aaron. I'm reading it as Arenalise or Arenalise. I don't know. That's a weird one.
Arenalise.
Anyways, what do you
I'll
do?
wait for the fucking text to speech to pop up so I can sit there and go, that's it.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
I don't think so either, but it'd be well worth it.
Arialis.
Oh, Arlie Alice.
Arialis. Alright. Yeah,
So it's ignoring him then.
yeah, as I'm writing it out in the dirt with like a stone or a stick or something, and like yeah, that.
Aranalize.
Arenalise? Okay. I'm sorry. Okay, so you were saying, Fox?
Because originally I thought it was like Annalise, and like I'm not calling her Annalise.
Well, so what do you do after you
Aranalize.
Aranalize.
Arenalise? That actually sounds good.
Aranalize. I actually like that one more. Aranalize.
I like Aronalize more than Arialis.
Yeah.
So what do you do, Fox? After writing that name?
I give thanks to Timora as I stand up and I brush the pine needles from my beard, and
You pluck the
look.
last one out of your nose.
Yeah, it's like I look to the young child and Arnoldized. I'm punching it 5 times now. It's like
Arenalize. God damn!
I'm telling you, it's a fucked up name, and I love it.
Aranalize.
Aronalized. Aronalized. From this day forth, you shall be called Aronalized.
As soon as you say that and you finish, as soon as the last syllable leaves your lips, the path in front of you opens up. I
Thanks,
like how it took us 20
Timora.
minutes. I like how it took us 20 minutes to get past that.
Well,
Hold on, folks. Obsidian's gonna say something.
Yeah.
Ronalize. That's actually a really good name. Random as hell, but good.
Yeah.
She looked at him and tilted her head at him with a question on her face, and remained silent.
Yeah, Okay, Fox, that kind of prompts you.
Mm-hmm. The guy, I look to you and says, as I'm doing this, I'm pulling out my holy symbol. Is like, my God has given me a name to call you, Aronalized.
You keep adding a D onto the end.
I don't care. I told you I'm gonna butcher it, and I'm gonna butcher it well. Damn it, Aronalized.
Like I said just a second ago, as soon as the syllables of when you pray finish your prayer, the trees opened up, and you can see a road right ahead of you if you were to follow the green outline.
Cool.
You're getting bored, aren't you?
No, just waiting.
If y'all want to go ahead and move on to the road directly above you, go ahead.
At which point I'm like, come on, Aronalized, let's leave.
Like right here would be good for you to go.
Yeah, I like the square of the fort. Yeah.
Okay, so as soon as y'all walk out, Faye is when everybody is out, like you're just watching to make sure they can come through. You see a sign just picketed up next to one of the trees that says caution ent forest, ENT forest.
Okay.
Do you know what a tree ent is?
Do I?
No, I'm asking you, like, out of character. Do you know what it is?
I think so.
Yeah, it was a forest of those that was keeping you in there.
Oh yeah, those. Okay.
So, if you would have tried to burn one of them, and I'm so glad you didn't do it, like you would have had about 100 tree ants trying to kill you. Like, not even kidding. In that little circle alone, you would have been dead, and immediately.
Is there a tree off the other side of the?
There's trees off the other side of the road, but nowhere near as thick.
Can I go up to one and try
I want
it?
to come back to this forest when I am level 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, you can. It is. They look like normal woods.
16. Hallelujah.
Oh, I mean, you needed the 16 for the ents, but on any other like passive regular object, you only need 10.
Whatever.
So, did you take off your glove?
Yes.
Okay, I was about to say you're about to ruin your glove. So, Faye, or I should say, Iris, you put your hand up to a tree after taking off a glove.
Uh-huh.
You take a second and focus.
Uh-huh.
And Knotty Pine the second, you look over to see Faye just walking across, like putting her hand on a tree, and you think, "Oh, great, here we go again!" Like just watching her nothing happen. And Obsidian, well, I guess technically now are analyzed. Whatever, shut up. You're just kind of staring there like, what's going on? So, Faye, you put your hand on the tree and you begin to focus.
Yep.
Takes you nothing but a split second, a snap of the finger. The tree just goes up in flames immediately, and with your hand just sitting there, you do not get burned or anything. But within 10 seconds, the tree is turned to ash.
I'll walk back to the two people. Just nonchalantly. Yeah, I did that.
Yeah, that's what I've been trying to do.
I hide behind the dwarf even more scarred than the woman before.
Well.
Good job, you scared the child even more.
I put the glove back on.
Even more scared.
Uh, I'm waiting for Obsidian to finish before I do.
She hides behind the dwarf. She shivers in fear.
Okay. I look.
I am getting a little drunk because of my tia.
Okay. I look to Iris and I say, since we came out of the forest and we've given Arnalise a name, pick a direction.
What do I
Do what, Faye?
What do I see in either direction?
I think its eyes are just call me Ari in game.
Yeah, probably.
Ari, yeah.
Faye, you look down the road to the west. You literally see just nothing but forest. When you look to the east, you don't really see anything. There's you see the path splits like right where you came out, but you do see a little sign that's up that has some letters scrawled away, but you're too far to read it. What would you like to do?
Sweetheart, I just asked you a question.
I didn't hear what you said.
Where's the sign exactly?
It's the black dot.
Oh, okay. So I walk up to it.
Okay.
What does it say?
It says, pointing east, direct east, Blue Spike Mountains.
Okay.
Pointing southeast, Torina. Torina.
Okay. Exactly. The second.
You're going to follow down the road to the second one, Torina?
No, I'm gonna ask if anyone knows what that is.
I would like all three of you to do a knowledge check real quick.
Can I roll history?
Actually, no. I want you to roll a knowledge and arcana together. All three of you.
Alright.
There's not.
I think it's pointless for me to roll it.
It's not entirely pointless of you to roll it because you can still know it, even though you've been only technically alive for 6 months. Because your master beforehand was a Fey folk, so she could have easily told you stories of things that would explain this.
Do you mean wisdom, not knowledge?
Yeah, sorry, you know what I mean.
Wisdom and what else?
Okay, wisdom and arcana.
Okay.
What Alexis rolled.
Well, that was a
Not a-
state right now.
not a-
I know. I'm sorry. That's a 7. Well,
Okay.
and a 23.
Okay, so from your wisdom check, Obsidian, you know that Torina is a palette, is a small city. However, you don't know how you're here because, as far as you know, it was in a different plane of existence or different world. Let's see. Faye, with a 23 Arcana, you know that you are not in the same world you were. By looking around, the colors are off shift or off off hue a little bit, just a few shades different. You can't really entirely place why yet, but you know that you are not in where you used to be, like in your old world, or where you came from. Fox, your Arcana doesn't necessarily tell you anything. Your Wisdom, however, you also know about Torina and how it's a city that has been long lost in your own world and where you lived. It has been a long lost city.
I'm gonna roll history now. Since
Okay.
I know so much about it.
Roll with advantage.
13.
You don't know anything specific about Trina, but with your history, I'm just gonna tie in your own memories. You remember the note saying that I've taken you from your own worlds, or the gods let me take you from your worlds.
Could you spell
That's all
Torina
you-
again? Torina?
Torina.
Okay.
Making notes.
Yep.
Good.
I point to the way to the town. It's like, that town has been lost to us to the dwarven kind for eons. I want to go.
Alright, since it's the only city, technically, that we see, we'll go that way.
All right. So, group consensus that you're all going to Torina.
I have no chassis nut to follow.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna say y'all are heading towards Torina, and you head down here and head off the map. Torina. Give me a second. Iris. Knotty. I know you're laughing about my shitty drawing. Shut the fuck up.
Nope.
What are you laughing about?
Definitely not.
What are you laughing about?
Nothing.
I know my map is shitty. Shut up.
I didn't say a damn word about your map. I just said nope.
Nope. What?
Nope.
I'm gonna kill you. Well, y'all enter from the southeast, or well, technically northwest. But heading on the road, it was a little twisty, curvy. But as it got closer to town, it straightened out into more of a highway. It was been a very light tan brown dirt falling up until then. Y'all come in at the very edge of the town, and the first thing you see is a giant 3-story building with a decently sized sign in front of it, but you can't read it from the distance.
I will say this. If you're on a different map, you may want to move the players tab on the map to the map
Nope.
that you're on.
Okay, how do you do that then?
On the pull down tab for the pages,
Yep.
the little tab that says players,
gotcha.
just click and drag. Thank you.
I thought it followed over. Sorry.
Nope.
Okay. That lets me edit shit without having to worry about it. Do y'all see this now?
Yes.
Yes.
Good. So is that why you're laughing?
No.
Because I fucked up.
Eh,
And yeah, I'm sorry, it's gonna be rudimentary or not, it's because I can't draw for shit.
it works.
So, yeah, I couldn't find any maps that I actually would like to use because they all were already pre-named, but I have my own names I'd like to use and that go with the story, like, very specifically. As y'all enter town on the very edge to, like, when you move up to here, you notice very, 6 very big, large buildings with many smaller townhouses essentially running through. You also see off through some of the alleyways that there is a very big palace-looking thing with two big guard towers, and it seems to be two smaller ones. This down here. But what would you like to do to begin with?
Is there any guard standing out in the gateway to the city near the town wall?
There's not a gate to the city. It is literally just a path in and around.
Is there any
also, when you're looking southeast, you do see a mountain where the what looks to be a palace is, essentially, almost.
Is
What are
there
you about to say,
people
Fox?
out?
There is a lot of people out. It's semi-busy for the size of the town. By your estimations, it's about midday, about a little after 1.
All right, fearless leader, lead on.
Why am I the leader? Wait. You made me leader.
I am still improperly dressed. Still appreciate some cloths.
Well, shit.
Well, actually, just for ease of game.
Well, I am not going to become leader.
Just for the ease of the gameplay, I'm gonna say Obsidian. You have torn cloth clothes on that cover you fine. It looks like you have been treated very poorly, or just gotten out of a battle or something. Just to keep that element out. But you still need new clothes. Okay.
I look in my coin purse, even before I enter this town, and I look in, I give it a jingle, and I say, Mr. DM, how many coins do I have as I peer into my coin purse?
The only thing you had when you came into this area was literally clothes on your back. Obsidian had her sword and shield because she was tied to it. Or closely tied to it, as in she was bought with it.
Okay.
I have something for you if you just keep going forward.
I don't know why I'm leader, but you know.
Because you tried to burn a tree in and almost got everybody killed?
I didn't almost because it didn't work.
Hon, I love you.
I love you too.
You're nuts.
You love me.
I do.
So much.
I'm
leaving
as you move forward, actually, all three of you as you move forward, well, except for you, Obsidian, because you can't read Common. But as all you three of you move forward, Fox and Faye, you can read some of the signs that are closer. The one, the 3-story building, it says Bear Inn, and it also has subtext that says excuse me, rooms 1 gold apiece, meals included. So if I said that clearly enough.
Okay.
So it's like 1 gold a room, meals included.
Michael?
Yes. What?
I'm guessing I didn't have any money either.
None of y'all have money.
Okay.
Still got hey, go in.
Whatever. Just to get not warm, but you know what I mean.
It is actually very brisk outside.
Okay.
I have some proper XD.
No, y'all are not supposed to have anything at all. Sorry, Obsidian. It's like literally the only thing you have is either leather or cloth armor, and for you, it specifically is tattered cloth. I left out the detail that it is actually very brisk. I'm sorry, but it is a very brisk day. It's like mid to late fall. It feels very chill, and Obsidian, I'm gonna say you're actually starting to get
The
cold.
5 CP is just a joke, Kaso. You can't get on Yawn with 5 CP.
True. But Obsidian, I will say that you are starting to get a little chilled from the day. I'm sorry, I forgot to tell y'all that it was brisk. But I will say you are starting to get chilled from having tattered clothing on. So, yeah.
I
What'd you say, Faye?
I walk in.
All right. So I'm guessing all three of you walk in.
I do.
Obsidian? Okay, I'm guessing you walked in too. Alright. I'm gonna wait until Obsidian says what she needs to say, then I have something to say for you.
I guess there isn't a map for the inner of the inn?
No, I didn't really make one because there was not really big of a need. I can say most of the things inside of it just by describing it, if you want me to. Otherwise,
Please.
it's not that big of a deal. Okay, so let me pull up my notepad real quick with what I need from it. Okay. Okay. So, you walk into the Baron. I'm just gonna move you in. Okay. So you walk into the Baron and you look around, all three of you. It's very finely furnished. It for what the town looks like on the outside, it is very nice inside the Baron. You look around. There's several chairs scattered about. A really big, like main dining table in the center of the room. It's able to fit up to 25 to 30 guests or people at a time. You look past it. You see like a little window where it looks like a cook is back there. You see a small jut out of the wall on the left side, right, not in front, but next to where the hole where you can see a cook. There's a cash register sitting on it. To the right, however, or to the very right of the room, you see a staircase leading up. You can't really see anything other than a door that is past the staircase, looking like it may be a room. And that's pretty much it for the bottom floor. And there is a fire, right, not under, but or next to, but it's like there is a fireplace on either side of the table almost. Like if you were to see the stairs, it's in like the back right corner. The fireplace you'd have to pass to go up the stairs, and then there's another one on the opposite side.
Okay.
So, all right. So,
Question.
Yes.
How
was about to say
filled is this inn?
Currently,
current
you
time.
see about 5 people sitting at the main table, but like I said, it is only about 12 to 1 by your estimations. All right, so something fun's about to happen. A young elf woman walks up to the group and asks, "Do you need a room and bath and a meal, or would you like to just have a nice lunch with us?" And that's prompting whoever first came in. So that would be you, Faye.
Well, see, the thing is, none of us have any money, but we just came in here to get warm and maybe talk to a few people.
The young elfin woman says, "Ah, okay, I see. Many people many adventurers do need to warm up in these times. They're starting to get very cold around here. Please take your time and stay and warm up. We got the 2 fireplaces on either side of me. Do be careful though. They are magical flames, and you never know what they might happen. If you need any more assistance or or if you do end up finding some sort of way of making money, please let me know, and I'll be happy to help you.
Will do. Thank you.
You're welcome, madam. She walks back, turns and takes 2 steps back. A man in adamant studded armor, and you can tell it's adamant because of the purplish color to it, or the purplish green color to it. Adamant studded hard leather armor says, "Here, I'll pay for them." She kind of takes a step back out of surprise because she didn't know she was even, or it appeared like she didn't even know she was there. The man kind of hands her just a coin purse, kind of hands it to her in a rush. She kind of turns to look at you to see if you knew who he was, but she looks at you. All of y'all kind of have a blank, who the hell is that? Look on your face. As soon as y'all refocus back onto where he was, he's gone, completely gone.
What did he look like again? It kind of cut out.
Oh, sorry. It was a man, a rugged man with adamant studded hard leather gear. He even had a cowboy hat on, essentially, but you could tell it was adamant from the purplish green color it had. And he basically gave the elf woman a coin purse and said, "Here, I'll pay for them," and disappeared.
Okay.
Okay. Any more questions before I continue?
No.
Fox?
I'm good.
Faye?
No.
All right. So, the woman, or the elfin woman, kind of beckons you to follow her over towards the counter with the cash register on it. She opens the cash register and then opens to take the look into the bag, and it's a relatively small coin purse. It doesn't really look like it had much in it to begin with. She opened the bag just expecting to see a couple of gold coins or something. And kind of in a very surprised said, "Oh my," and she looked up to Iris and say, "Would you like a room and a room, bath, and meal? There's plenty here to pay for all 3 of you, or you can just one room and buy gear and clothes with this." She's kind of still in shock.
I mean, I only know about myself, but I'd like all 3, please.
3 rooms?
No, the bath, meal, and...
Okay. Which, I'm asking all 3 of you now, would you be okay with 1 room, or do you all want your own room? I'm guessing, Obsidian, you're probably going to be wherever Fox goes.
See, normally when it comes to inns, we split the rooms, males and females. And so...
You don't actually have to do that.
Yeah, it's I kind of shrugged the ears, I can bunk with you.
Are you not going to ask what was in the coin purse?
No, the better question is, who was that man with the adamant armor?
Wasn't the adamant armor, it was adamant studded hard leather. It's just little studs of adamant.
She just quietly moves to the community fire and begin to bunker down next to the fire.
Okay, that's good. Ari, you are starting to get a little, you're starting to warm up while the adults are talking. She's, the elf woman kind of gains her composure and says to you, this man just essentially gave y'all a piece of a platinum piece. And here that's worth to about 1,000 gold.
Okay, then.
What did you say, Faye?
I said, okay, then.
All right. And she says, if you are going to be just paying for 1 room and a meal for all of y'all and a bath for all 3 of you, it's only going to be 1 gold. Because the bath and meals come with the room for how many ever guests there are. That would leave 999 gold pieces for equipment, weapons, clothes, whatever the hell you'll need.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm good with that, honestly. Yeah.
It's like that is like gotta be the most easiest penny pinching move ever. I'm okay with that.
So we each get 300. Right.
You each get 333 gold. Obsidian, it'd be your choice whether or not to let them manage yours or
She
not.
cuddles
'cause
with her sprite next to the fire and goes into her 4 hours of sleep.
Oh, jeez. So you're just gonna pass out there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. So one of you are gonna have
Yes,
to
she
carry.
isn't complete and she is small.
Okay. So y'all are getting one room, bath and meals, etc.
Yes.
Okay.
I just looked at her and says, apparently my child is sleepy, so a room key, please.
The elf woman hands you the 999 pieces of gold, literally cleaning out the register. Like, the only thing that is left in that register that you got a glimpse was the one platinum piece. It's like not even a piece of copper. It was like all gold in it, and she's like, shit.
Well,
She hands Iris the bag of 999 coins. You take it, and it almost kind of like just drops for a second because you weren't expecting the weight.
okay.
So I guess y'all are gonna split that up as you want.
Yeah.
She hands, since you asked for it, Knotty, the Knotty Pine.
Yes.
She hands you the room key and says, if you want to get her new clothes, and kind of looks at you kind of suspiciously, you can go to the Vargreet General, just right down the road. If you head out the door, take a right. It's right next to us. You can also go there to buy armor and weapons if you need it.
I'm immediately just gonna like bluff her. It's like, we just got her back from the Slavers Guild.
Well, roll bluff.
With what? Deception?
Have a bluff. I could have swore we had a bluff, no?
No,
Yeah, it'll be
it's 5th edition, not Pathfinder.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm too used to Pathfinder. Yeah, just roll deception.
Oh god, here goes nothing.
Deception and perception for the innkeeper.
Yes. Ooh.
Oh!
Bullets.
I'm going to roll the counter to that. I'm just going to do a straight d20.
Yep.
If she rolls below a 7, you get it. If not, she's just going to have her suspicions about you. She kind of looks at you and just kind of shrugs, sure.
Okay.
So I'm guessing Naughty Pie the second is getting 666 coins because he's gonna carry.
That's up to Obsidian, honestly.
Right now,
yeah.
since Ari's passed out, quick answer, yes. But
later down the road,
yeah,
maybe not. The elf woman says, while y'all get squared away and roomed up down here, your room will be on the very top floor. If you walk up the stairs right here, she points at the stairs on your right. Go up those, you'll have to double back again. You'll see the next stairs. Walk down the hallway and you'll find a room labeled number 25.
Oh.
That is your room, and it has 2 beds in it. We'll be serving the late lunch today in about an hour or so. And whenever y'all want to take baths, just let me know, and I'll get one prep for you. It'll take about 10 minutes.
Alright. I'm gonna thank her and then walk out the door. Go into the shop next door.
To Marguerite General?
Yeah.
Okay.
While she's
Where
doing
you
that, I'm going to pick up Ari and take the key and whatever gold was given to me and waddle up the fucking 2 flights of stairs to room 25.
Just a quick question. Hey, Obsidian, how tall is Ari?
Four feet 1.
Oh my god, she's taller than you.
Yeah.
That's a weird sight. That's my child. Sure. Well, anyways, since you're getting
My
squared
height
away.
when I was 12.
Oh shit, you were a tall kid. Okay, so Fox and Obsidian, since y'all are essentially going up to the inn, Fox, I suppose you're probably gonna sit there for about an hour until you can wake her up.
No, I kind of figured that she's going to be passed out. I'm going to tuck her into bed. I'm going to go back downstairs and find food.
So you're going to leave her alone.
Yes, I'm going to lock the door.
God, now I feel dirty.
Why do you feel dirty? Did you spill something on you?
Keep it PG, keep it PG. Come on, keep it PG.
PG-13.
PG.
Please.
PG. PG.
Keep it to G, PG, or PG-13?
PG.
Casual. I normally shower before I go to sleep or even towel HC my own bead.
Oh, jeez. I like how, hey, Fox, right? I like how all three of us kind of defaulted, oh god, it's gonna be perverted. Well, that tells how we are.
Well, you essentially said that you passed out, so here I am, fucking like 3.5 foot to 3'9" dwarf.
But you're a strong dwarf.
I got a 13 strength. Literally, I'm just there like waddle, 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 waddle up these 2 flights of stairs.
Grunting every now and again.
Yeah. And it's not exactly like I want to dump her on the floor with this like little sprite, just tumble her on the floor, toss her a few gold. It's like, yeah, she'll be fine when she wakes up. Like, no, I'm gonna go tuck her into bed. I'll be back in a half, hour. 45
it's just
minutes
me.
to an hour.
Lol, I have more strength than father.
Oh god. I want to see an arm wrestling match between the two of you and watch you fail to a little girl. Oh god, that'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna go over to Faye. What are you gonna be doing at Marguerite?
Yes.
I'm gonna be buying weapons and armor.
Alright, so you gonna walk into the store now?
Yeah. I need to look up. 1 second.
If you, whatever you find with weapons and armor, let me know, and I'll essentially decide if they have it.
Yep,
Because it's a general store, and it's not actually technically specialized blacksmith. Oh, and I'll say when you're walking in and looking at the building, you can see that there was like a small add-on added into the back that just looks like it's being used for storage.
Okay.
Well, while you're looking up weapons and armor, Fox, what are you going to do? Excuse me.
When I like waddle back down the stairs and I enter the main inn, I flag down the bar wench and it's like, so what's for lunch?
She kind of looks at you, kind of surprised you made it up the stairs, and kind of said, I'm surprised you didn't roll down. I heard you grunting all the way up.
Yeah.
And then she kind of continues, for lunch, I don't entirely know. It was chef's choice today. She kind of walks over to the window and says, "Hey, what the hell are you making today?" Kind of walks back and said, "Give it a minute."
I immediately
Roughly.
put down like 5 gold coins and is like, whatever he's making it, quadruple it.
And she kind of looks at you, and it's a community meal. You don't have to pay for it.
Just
She
have
kind
it
of looks
sent.
at you with a
Just have
weird
it sent to the
expression.
room. Just quadruple it. Have it sent to the room.
And she looks at you and is like, so you want 4 community meals sent to your room?
Yes, big ass bowls if you have them.
I know you're a dwarf, but how the hell are you supposed to eat 4 turkeys by yourself?
It's amazing what I can do.
She kind of looks at you, face palms, and says, "Okay." And she takes 3 gold coins and tosses them into the register. And she said, "That's all I needed." And looks at the cook. Okay, it looks like you're gonna be making 4 times or 5 times more now. One's gonna be out here for community, and the rest is gonna be going to this little piece of shit out here. The chef kind of looks. Damn it, man! Why'd you have to do that? And he kind of goes back to slaving over a open flame.
Oh.
I immediately slide the 2 gold that are left. It's like, I would like a barrel of ale.
She looks at you and just like, and you have a child?
Well, she's adopted, but you know, I just tapped the 2 gold coins. It's like ale barrel.
That's not gonna buy you a barrel.
I just
I'll buy you about a quarter barrel.
I just start slowly chucking a good coin on the counter till she tells me to stop.
Once you reach 8, she says, "Alright, that's enough for a barrel of ale. Throw in another 5 and I
Questionable
can
father,
get you..."
call child support.
And she also says, like, if you want me to, because I know you dwarves like your liquor, I can get you what we like to call moonshine for another $5 gold pieces. But I'd be careful drinking that. I've seen dwarves pass out from it after the first swig.
As much as I would love to taste another brew, I must stick to my ale.
It's like, okay, since you're buying a barrel of ale anyways, I'm gonna give you a cup of moonshine anyways, just so you can try it, see if you want it instead.
I have it sent to my room, please.
I can get it right here for you right now if you want me to.
I put another gold coin. Have it sent to my room.
It's just like, she kind of looks at you, smiles, and kind of giggles like, "I'm gonna like you," and says, "Okay," and just takes the gold, puts it in the register, and waves at you.
Ooh.
Kind of like the okay wave. Fuck off, please.
I could be a real asshole and really ask for my barrel to be delivered to my room too, but I'm not.
Okay.
At which point I would like to take my barrel of ale, wait on the, sip on it and wait on the food.
She kind of like opens the door to where the chef's at. It was just like pulls out of the wall, like you didn't even see it was there. And it was just directly down, and you see like a bunch of barrels, and says, "Go grab one." Before we continue with you, Fox, I'm gonna go over to Faye.
Yes.
Have you figured out what you wanted her to buy?
I would like a full set of light armor and
What armor?
light.
White or light?
Light. Like, not heavy.
Okay.
And then a light crossbow.
Okay, the light crossbow would be 5 gold pieces. Okay.
Okay.
The light armor, like, what specifically are you looking for? Like, leather light, chainmail, plate, what?
Leather.
Well, you already have leather on, so are you looking for studded leather, maybe?
Better leather.
So, studded leather.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, the store clerk, like, when you walk up and tell the store clerk, it's like, I would like to get a light crossbow and a set of studded leather. Like, full set, all the works.
Yep.
He looks at you and kind of asks, so, what kind of studs would you want? We have we have bronze, iron, and steel.
How much are these steel?
The steel for a full set would be about 50 gold.
I can do that.
Alright. Would you like any other weapons?
No, thank you.
And he looks at you as well. One last thing. Um, the way we have our leather sets, you can either get just a regular, like a hood to go with it, or like a cowboy hat or something. Like straight up says that to you. Is there what?
Want a hood?
So you prefer the hood?
Yes.
All right. So he kind of goes into the back, and you hear a bunch of clanging and him cursing up a storm like he just ran into a bunch of blades. He comes back out, and you see kind of like a small cut across his face, like very small. He hands you the crossbow, and the full set of leather, studded leather, steel studded leather,
Awesome.
and just the hood was already attached onto it.
Cool.
I think you're also forgetting to buy something, by the way.
The
Arrows.
arrows, yeah.
Yeah, the bolts. Yeah, you kind of
Yeah.
forgot about those.
Yeah. Kind of need
He
those.
just like kind of walks up to you. Is like, so do you need the bolts or do you already have them?
I need some, please.
He kind of just like, I don't want to go back there again.
Sorry.
And asks again, what kind of bolts do you want?
Uh,
Same as the armor. And just for out of reference, this is going to be just like off the top. Bronze will be a 1d4. Iron will be 1d6, and steel will be 2d4.
how much are the steel bolts?
He says, 4 per bolt.
Mm,
If you buy at least 20 of them, I'll give you a free
Quiver.
20. Yeah, I'll take 20.
All right. I'm sure you kept up with the total price of this, right?
Yeah, I'm down to 198.
All right. Just making sure. So he goes back. You hear even more clanging. A very loud bang.
Oh no.
God damn it! Now the shelf.
Oh my.
You hear like what seems like a very sharp tinging noise, like he was dropping the bolts. He walks out, and you kind of, just as he opens the door, you just see an anvil slide off and fall off a shelf.
Same.
He just like doesn't even like it's the loudest noise you ever hear of splitting wood. He just doesn't even look back. He's like, and gives you the bolts and is like, give me the gold already.
Yeah, I hand him the gold, tell him thank you, and then walk out.
He's like, right before you walk out, you're welcome. And he just kind of turns around, looks at the door. I hate this fucking place. Is that good enough flavor text?
Love it.
What about you, Fox and Obsidian?
Yeah.
Seems good.
Okay, do y'all want to take a quick break for, like, water, bio, and everything?
No, because if I move, I'll lose my headset, so...
Okay. What about you, Faye and Obsidian? Because I need to get water.
My damage is 2d4, right? Crossbow?
Yeah, 2d4.
Okay, cool.
It's gonna be...
If Faye is taking, I am taking.
I'm not.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go get some water. And Obsidian, if you need to take a bio break, you can on it. Plus, it's like 15 minutes to 12 anyway, so we got, like, I'm gonna say, want to try to clear out before 12:30. Shouldn't be too hard. I'm gonna go get water. My throat's starting to get scratchy, and if you need a bio break, go ahead and take one. I'm gonna.
I am fine.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go get water real quick. I'm dying for it.
See, this is why I keep my drinks at my table. Because I know I'll be talking.
So when my character shower, do the dwarf do it or do Faye do it?
I do believe the innkeeper does. Well, she's a female anyway, so...
I don't think the innkeeper do nanny favors.
Eh. It's her job. She asked for...
Just pondering.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back, and technically, Obsidian, with the affection you've been showing more towards Fox's character, he'd probably be the one that does it if you can't do it by yourself, but that would be up to you, Fox. So, Faye, you finished your encounter.
Yeah.
Fox, what are you doing?
I would like to be about halfway through my barrel.
Roll a Constitution check.
Saving throw or
Decent.
check?
Do what?
Saving throw or check?
Doesn't matter.
And I'd like to be walking around with my hood up, covering my face.
Go ahead and roll a Constitution save of 13.
It's not pedophile of is your own daughter?
No, it's not. He's essentially already adopted you. Okay, you're fine, Fox. You are starting to feel just a little tipsy, though.
Good. I leave my I tell the bar wench that I'll be back.
You just picked up the barrel, drank half of it there. I'll be back.
I'll be back. Exactly.
And she kind of like watches you while she's kind of like pouring like a tap of very clear liquid.
She's like, I'll be back. I gotta go shopping.
Okay.
Fox is drunk in IRL too.
I wish I was, actually. And it's like, make sure no one drinks my ale.
I thought you were gonna take it up to your room, she says.
Oh, I'll be back in about 10 minutes, so, you know.
Okay, if it's gone by then, you can't blame me.
How big is this barrel?
It's like twice your size. That's why I made you roll a Constitution check.
Okay,
It'll be fine if she's just saying that kind of like in a flirtatious
jokingly. Yeah, I'm just gonna, like, scoot into the corner somewhere.
With it still open, or did you close the tap?
Yeah, I put the tap back on it.
Okay. So you kind of just unscrew the tap and just glug, 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 glug.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good ale.
Yeah, pretty
You can
much.
carry it, you are a swarf. If it's a barrel of ale, it will be as light as a feather.
Yeah, exactly.
The thing is, though, it's twice its size, mostly water. You'd have to roll a strength of 15 to carry it with you. And then you'd also have to roll it again when you get, like, all the shit you're going shopping.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not gonna carry it with me. I kind of like put cat back on it. I shove it in the corners. Like I'll be back in about 10 minutes.
Okay, so what are you doing then, Vox?
I'm going over to the general store, hopefully to pass.
By the way, just to indicate, y'all are actually entering here.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's why I said if you go out the door and to the right.
Okay, yeah. I go into the general store.
Okay. This is the room the guy was going into, by the way.
Oh, okay.
So you go in. He kind of looks up, hearing the door open. Kind of gives a very lighthearted noise. Yes. What do you want?
I would like a dress for a. He holds up a.
No. Hold on.
No, don't.
You,
Don't
you,
explode.
I would like a dress, and with the he looks at you. Wait, you're a girl?
And he smells the rum.
Yeah, it's like, and he's kind of smelling the alcohol. It's like, oh god. He's just like passively thinking, oh god. So finish what you were saying.
I hold my hand up to about the general height of Ari, and it's like, I need a dress for a girl about
this
Shay
level.
High.
He looks at you and says, I don't think that dress is gonna fit you.
Well, it isn't for
what
me.
color would you want?
Purple. Royal purple.
Kill me XDD.
Are you laughing, Obsidian?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
He asks, thick, slim, like short, tall, what? Or long? Like, do you want the dress to come, or the skirt to come down to the knees, past it, almost dragging on the ground? Do you
Honestly,
want it
I
wide
just
for
want a
somebody
can dress
your
style dress.
Huh?
A can style dress.
He kind of looks at you, he's like, okay, I think I know what you're talking about. He walks into the back. You hear a bunch of clanging and clattering. There are some more like timber splitting sounds, just like wood breaking. Him cursing up a storm yet again.
Do I catch any of the languages that he's cursing in?
I bet they have a better taste of Phasian.
Patient. Sorry. Patient.
Fashion.
I like fashion better.
Phasian's better.
Asian.
Shut up. Yeah, he's just cursing out loud in common, just like muffled by the door. He walks out and with the door still like a little bit open. He kind of look and see that there's an anvil through the floor, and a piece of wood just sticking up about a foot. He comes out, holds up the dress, has like very thin the shoulder straps are like spaghetti thin. Very thin, a nice dress, and it kind of goes down to where on Obsidian's character it would be down around the ankles, and it was very slim-fitting.
Yeah,
is this
that'll
what
work.
you want? He asks.
Yeah, that'll work.
And he kind of looks, sets it down. Is there anything else you like pricing this?
Now, my question is, you said I came in with my weapons and my leather, yes?
No, you just come in with the leather.
Okay.
Oh shit! Yeah, you said you had a warhammer. No, you didn't have that. I'm sorry. It was just straight leather armor. But you didn't have to
Okay.
use that.
I say I would like to look at your selection of warhammers and throwing axes, and to have a price quoted for chainmail.
He looks at you and asks, which
For
parts of
myself.
the... He kind of like laughs like, all right, buddy. And he asks, what parts of the chainmail set are you looking for? Full suit, chest, like legs, boots, what? Like, are you looking for all of it?
Yeah.
Okay. Depending on which metal you choose, it'll vary greatly. He kind of said, he just points out like, our bronze is the cheapest. It'll be about 25 for an entire set. Ranging up for that, it'd be about another 10 on each successive metal, and we go up from iron, or we go from bronze to iron to steel. Our warhammers and he kind of points to the right. That's the only warhammers we have right there. It's like 4 of them, all kind of like decorated differently. I have more in the back of, like I said, of the same metals, going bronze, iron, and steel. And of course, and he goes on off onto a tangent. It's like the iron in the middle, yada yada yada. But
do I recognize any of the symbols on the warhammers relating to religion?
You're a cleric, right?
Yeah.
I want you to roll a with advantage. Fox.
13?
You see a small, like, not small, but a decently sized warhammer head, and you kind of look at it, and it seems to have the markings for
Timora.
Your Timora.
Mm-hmm.
Has the markings specifically for Timora, and there's a couple of more on there. There's a few for Oberon, a couple for Tanya, the god for the fairies, and something else I can't remember the name, and a handful more.
Okay, I'm immediately drawn to the warhammer head that has the Timora on it. I immediately pick it up. Am I feeling any arcana off of it, or
you can't pick it up because it's through the glass? But
I immediately point to that one as like, that one.
He kind of picks it out. It's like, this is the only one we have. This is only iron.
I don't care. I want that one.
Okay. He kind of like hands it to you.
My holy symbol is just hanging out there. Like, I want that one.
Are you saying that to him?
Yes, I want that one.
It's like, I still got to put a handle to it, but here it's like, is this proper weight for you? And he kind of hands it to you.
At which point, I would like to do an Arcana check on it.
Okay, Arcana DC 14.
12. I'm not a magician. I'm a religious man.
I'm gonna say go ahead and roll once more with since you already to have the advantage.
Oh, okay.
Because it is to the specific god you are praying to already. She did kind of already embarrass you by snorting pine needles. Oh my god.
Wow.
How about religion? Can I do religion?
Sure.
Yeah. It's the same modifier.
Oh my god. Okay. Well, the shopkeep's just kind of staring at you, or kind of watching you, and you're just sitting there staring at it, shoving it up to the light, licking it, poking it, trying to figure out something.
Yeah, it's like...
And it's like the only thing you felt is when you licked it, you had a slight tingling on your tongue.
Okay, it's
And
like...
it tasted like pine needles and vanilla.
I set it down gently, and it's like, I would like the matching armor to that.
So iron chainmail?
Yes.
Is like okay, and he kind of also like brings out a cloth and kind of puts it over the hammer and picks it up. He kind of looks. He like I'll and looks over at the door. I'll be back. Walks back into the door.
I say, before you go, to save you, I also would like the same set of iron throwing axes, since you're going in there.
How many would you like?
10.
Okay. He goes back there. So iron, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of opens the door, looks at the anvil that had fallen earlier. He says, "Son of a bitch, that's gonna be a pain in the ass to clean." He walks into the door. You don't hear as much screaming and fussing, kind of because you kind of seemed like he just walked in and turned to the left almost immediately and was working right there. You hear a very loud banging noise all of a sudden. And then he says, he screams out, "Go in already! Just fucking fit!"
Same.
Yeah, what the fuck?
100 100s. Good God!
This
Somebody's having fun. He comes back out, hands you a full suit of iron chainmail that would fit about you. He said, "Sorry it took so long. I had to kind of modify it for your size." Kind of scoffs at how short you are, not really knowing any dwarves. He hands you the warhammer as well, and he asks, "Is that tall enough for you?" He hands it to you, and the first thing you notice is the top of it is sticking through a little bit. And you kind of just stare at it and said, "Sorry." And he grabs it back, takes just like a gigantic knife and just shears it off. And like, that should be done. I had a little troubles with it.
Okay, when he hands it back to me, I immediately, start tossing around as if it was my original. I'm gonna roll a performance just for the action.
Just roll a flat d20 for me.
Make me set up. /. 9.
It feels similar to your old one, but you'll have to take some time to get used to the balancing of it.
Okay.
It's just a little bit taller than your old one, and the head seems to be just a tad heavier.
Okay.
The shopkeep kind of looks at you. Are you gonna lick it again?
Well, since you asked me, and I actually,
he kind of just like laughs, like, "Oh my God, I didn't expect that." And then he kind of looks. He kind of says, and he hands you like the how many axes, throwing axes?
10.
Did you say you wanted 10? He puts 10 throwing axes on iron throwing axes onto the counter. He kind of counts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He kind of just like went off, looking past you at the door, like noticing that there's like nothing there, and it's starting to get dark.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of looks at you. "Well, it's almost time for me to close. It's about 5 o'clock now."
Oh, I ain't going nowhere until I try on this chainmail.
I'm just giving you a sense of what time it is.
Yes.
So, Obsidian, you've essentially been asleep for like 3 hours. He goes, that'll be a total of 75 gold.
I pay him.
Alright, he takes the gold from you, puts it in the cash register. Are you going to try to take a glimpse of what's in the cash register?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm not a rogue.
I mean, you never know. It could be fun to see what they have in there sometimes.
I mean,
You never know,
literally,
you could
I
have
could
something
bop
random in
this
there.
guy's head in and take over the store, and no one would bat an eye.
Yeah, probably not.
At which point, I would actually like to don on the chainmail just to make sure it fits proper.
It fits you perfectly. Like, he like, with years of experience, he got it perfectly right for you and everything, and completely, like, snuggly. And what's your current armor class right now?
10,
With
because I
leather?
never added in the leather.
I'm gonna say you're a 13 or a 14. Roll a d2 for me, like flipping a coin. If you get a 2, you'll have the 15. Okay, you got 15 AC.
Okay.
And,
I immediately
that
thank
studded
him,
armor
and I
increased
say,
your
good luck
AC
with
by
the excuse me?
I was telling Faye, the armor you purchased increased your AC by 3. Hey,
Okay.
are you tired?
Yeah, so now I have an armor class of 18
Oh shit. Okay.
because I was a 15.
Yeah, no, I forgot you got a really high dexterity.
Yeah.
At which point, I say, thank you and good luck with the anvil, and I head back to the Bear Inn.
Yeah, as you're walking out the door, he just sighs really audibly loudly, just like explaining, like trying to convey his frustration with the bad luck in the shop.
I walked back to the inn, by the way.
Okay. So you and Fox arrive back at the end of roughly the same time. You kind of look. The sun's starting to set. It's about 5:30. You walk in and the elf kind of says, y'all kind of missed lunch. Y'all are out for a while.
Well, I want some dinner, so.
She was actually says, and looks at the door. Since you weren't back as soon as you said you were going to be, I went ahead and had the cook do the dinner for you instead, since the lunch was actually mostly cold stuff now. I hope you're not too upset with that. And also, your barrel is still there. And she points at the.
I immediately
Lunch
go
is
over to
still
my
in the room?
barrel.
Lunch isn't in the room. She changed it out because they weren't back yet.
I immediately go back over to my barrel, uncork it, and I chug the rest of it.
Oh, jeez.
She kind of looks at you, just and says, dinner will be put up to your room in about 10 minutes.
Okay.
You kind of you look. Oh, that was loud. Yeah, you're fine on the Constitution. You're not tipsy at all. It's like just kind of weak stuff.
It's like I'm thirsty. Glug glug glug. Man, that shit tastes like piss.
She looks at you and says, "You should really try this moonshine. You'll like it." The Obsidian, lunch wasn't ever really given to you. You were still passed out, by the way. Anyways, you're probably just now waking up.
Yeah.
She said she was changing out the lunch to dinner since you weren't back yet. Being nice. But you see like just a small little keg sitting under the the main portion of the countertop, and she kind of grabs a a beer mug or a tankard and fills it up about halfway. And says, "Here, I want you to try this." Handing it to Fox.
I immediately hand it over to Iris and says, "You haven't had anything to drink yet, have you? You must
I'm
be
good.
parched."
I'm okay.
Damn it.
Thank you, though. And then I asked the elf woman, I don't know her name, for some water.
She says, yeah, hold on a sec." She kind of walks over to the window where the chef can be seen. Like, "Hey, can you get a tankard of..." He looks at her and is like, "When will you let me sleep?" Walks over, walks to the left, and you kind of like a very slow running water. Walks back out here and goes back to just cooking. She hands it to you, and the first thing you notice is it is ice cold.
Cool.
I say cheers and we drink.
Fox, roll a Constitution save with the
Oh no.
19.
How's a 12 fit you?
Oh,
Oh no.
you
I
okay?
I grab some dinner, then go straight up to the room.
Oh,
I
is
got
she?
noticed.
Dinner hasn't been served yet, Faye.
Okay,
And she already
well.
said that 4 times the community.
Sorry, I wasn't listening.
I know, but I'm just saying, like 4 times because a fucking Fox bought it. 4 times the community dinner is being put to your room.
Okay. Then I'm going straight up to my room, or our room, because
You might want to stay down just in case the dwarf has a problem.
I'm good.
So it's like you just drink your water and split.
Well, I'm chaotic neutral, so I look out for. So yeah.
Well, Fox, it's like you're halfway through drinking. You see her go up the stairs to the room. The first thing you notice is, well, it burns a hell of a lot more than, because it's moonshine. You get it all the way down, completely down. Look at her and you say, you don't feel anything yet. What do you say?
I look to her as I place the tankard on the counter and say, "So dinner's gonna be delivered, right?"
It's like you don't feel anything yet.
Yeah, so dinner's gonna be delivered, right?
She says, "Yep." And 3, 2, 1, and you just drop like a sack of stones. Just like with a really loud thud, and your hammer hits right next to your head.
Mm.
And you're just sitting there snoring. You're knocked out for like 20 minutes at least. She kind of pours like cold water just all over your face. And you kind of like sit up like in a daze, kind of coughing up a little bit of water, and says, "I told you you'd like it." And you can kind of tell through your quadruple vision that you can see the cook just carting up tons and tons of food up the stairs.
I look to her with a very slurred speech and I say, "This doesn't count for my bath."
She looks at you. "Can you try that again without biting your tongue?"
No count bath.
This is not your bath. She advised you this is not your bath.
We last gonna need a bath. I got Purdy.
She kind of just like helps you stand up, turns you to the room, and pushes you lightly.
Fucking stairs! Who put these fucking stairs here? Fuck's sakes! I gotta waddle up them. Last time I fucking waddled up the goddamn stairs, I got fucking prickly between my legs.
You see the chef walk down, go through the door that is like almost flush to the wall, come back out with another cart of food. He looks at the elephant and says, "Don't you dare do it." She walks up, pushes you into the cart, and ties you down with a strap of leather. Have fun, and he just pulls you up the stairs.
I immediately start screaming, "This is dwarf abuse! This is dwarf abuse! You could at least fucking chucked me up the goddamn stairs!"
She sticks an apple in your mouth like you're a stuffed pig and says, I'm gonna have my...
I'm fucking dying over here. I didn't mean to turn into Jack fucking Septiceye over here, but it happened.
Yeah, now you're looking like a stuffed pig with a sadistic woman on your ass.
Yeah.
So the chef kind of just like sitting there grunting and like pulling as hard as he can. He says, "You fat fucking dwarf," with every pull. Finally gets you up the first flight of stairs. You gonna try doing anything? Try screaming through the app, wiggling about. Okay. So he goes to get up the second stairs. He has a really hard time getting up above the first one. He just pulls as hard as he can. The cart just kind of like flips up and back down onto the second stair, just like making you hit your head on a metal platter that was under.
Yeah.
Then he just drags you all the way up without another instant. Pushes you into the room. Opens the door, pushes you into the room, and says to Faye, "Here's the last cart of food plus a dwarf."
No. I'm
She
very
walks
sorry.
down the stairs, rubbing her eyes with her sprite, keeping her upright, preventing her from falling as she does wake up still a little dozy and see her companion and pretends to not see anything. She walks to the elf lady and asks if she can prepare the bath. "Miss, may I have a bath? I was tired before. How much will it take?" She gives a soft yawn.
Like, he just brushes skull off. The elf woman looks that down. The bath's included with your room. It'll take about 10 minutes for me to get it prepared.
I apologize to the chef as he walks out.
He kind of looks at you. "Yeah, it's not your fault. That damn sadistic woman won't let me fucking sleep." Kind of walks down. You see him like a random metal cup-looking thing just kind of appear out of thin air, and he just starts taking swigs out of it.
I guess I untie Knotty Pine the second over here.
I want to get a collection of just empty alcohol bottles, I think that'd be really cool. So, like, get up on
Oh, that's a sister.
back of my bookshelf and stuff. Or something.
Did you hear me?
Yeah, you're going to be untying Naughty Pine, but he
Yeah.
So you don't think
said
it's
do
like-
something I really like no.
dog.
Obsidian, what would you like to do? I'm gonna go ahead and say it's gonna, once you get Faye, I guess y'all are gonna probably start eating. So
Yeah.
Obsidian, are you gonna take your bath?
55 barrel. Gallon barrel.
She lends into the elf lady and waits for the bath.
Ah.
Oh no, I just think that I think that'd be a cool thing to try to
About 10 minutes pass, and the elf woman comes back and says, "If you the elf to the bath, I've drawn it a little hot, so you may need to wait a couple minutes." She kind of like takes you by your hand and walks up the first flight of stairs, hallway directly down the side of the on the opposite side of, or the opposite way of going up the stairs to the third floor. Takes a left on a second hallway, and there is a door on the very end, just like about halfway through what the building would be. She opens it, and there is a very nice room without the toilet, but just the bath in it, and it's fairly large. It could actually fit about 2 to 3 people in it if needed for those fun times. But she says, "Yeah, there's soap, the cabinet." She points off, and she says, "You should be able to make do. You got about 30." And she just foxes for the
Boo-boo-boo. Would you like say, I don't
Oh,
like
no.
women.
probably
I'm
gonna
here.
I don't drink. I'll tell you, I didn't drink those.
I'm here. I'm just
No,
Annoyed.
I didn't drink those.
wait now. I
Why
got
are you
kid.
annoyed?
I didn't drink one of those.
So where am I? Last I knew I was being untied off the cart.
You're in the room still. We all were eating. You
Okay.
still had the dress. You watched Obsidian walk down the stairs. What are you going to do, Fox?
I'm gonna wait until she comes back. I'm gonna start digging in, trying to
Are you not
sober up
going
a
to take
little
the dress
bit.
to her?
No, she'll come back up.
Okay.
Hopefully.
So you're gonna start digging in then, right?
Yep.
Just for shits and giggles, roll me a D100. And also, what exactly are you eating?
You said turkey, so I'm gonna eat the turkey.
You're just going like you're basically like wreaking havoc on the turkey. You've downed you've downed the first one completely already, and you're starting to bite into the second one before Faye could even get a drumstick. As soon as you bite into the second turkey, you bite and hit into the one of the bones, and you just Faye, you hear just like a very wicked. And Fox, you start coughing because the bones like jabbed into the side of jaw and started making like swallow a little bit of blood. Just because you decided to go a little too glutton.
Okay.
Oh, also, you're still drunk, so the turkey actually talks to you. Are you eating me? It hurts so bad.
Dwarf abuse.
You just say dwarf abuse to it?
Yep.
Jeez.
She nods and takes her hand and follows her. Up going into the bath for a quick dip and took a wooden bucket and used it as a shower. Didn't know what is soap, so she didn't use it. After a few minutes she leaves the bathroom with her hair still rather stained and oily as she gowns down to the communion fire. She looked at the commune meal looking a little hungry as she sits next to the fire.
The elf woman notices that your hair is still stained and kind of goes up to you and asks, "Did you not use the..."
Arctic, your mic's been cutting out a little bit.
I honestly think it's just my about it.
She shook her head and asked what is soap? She looks genuinely don't know what soap is and she still has her dirty clothes on.
Okay, the elf still wearing clothes that you had on before, and she also remembered that the dwarf brought in a purple dress with them. She says, "Come on, follow me. I'll show you what soap is and show you how to use it." She takes your hand, walks you back up. The water was still relatively clean since you didn't use soap, and she's just going to be washing your hair. So what she does, she takes the bucket that was already in there. I'm gonna say you probably left. She says, "Come here," and has you sit back against the tub with your head leaned back, so that your hair is kind of like dangling into the tub. She pours a bucket of water over your hair, and it's still relatively hot. She pours the bucket over your hair to get it wet, being careful not to spill too much anywhere. Goes and grabs a bar of soap and gets a little bit on your hair, kind of sets it on the side of the tub, and starts washing your hair. And she goes on to explain to you what soap is and why people use it, and etc. I don't really want to go into that far. When all is said and done, she kind of takes you back out. It only takes about 5 minutes to wash your hair. Your hair is very bright. Its color has been kind of somewhat returned to you, or to it. What color is your character's hair, by the way? I'm guessing probably white because it's a homunculus.
Same as the pick.
Same as the pick. Hold on a sec. So white, yeah, okay. So your white hair was no longer streaked with brown and looked very dullish gray. It actually looked somewhat white now. He says that if you go back up to where you came down from, that there's plenty of food up there. That the dwarf had bought extra for y'all. So she says, remember, it's on the second floor, 25. And she kind of shows you what 25 looks like because of some paper that she had there. Fox, Faye, what are y'all doing? Still eating?
I'm
Eating
trying to
and going to sleep.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to remove this turkey bone from my jaw.
Just roll a dexterity save for me.
Oh,
Just because you're trying to, I'm just saying that, so you're trying to.
No. 17.
Okay, yeah, you easily catch it and pull it out. The blood, your jaw kind of heals up relatively quickly, like some of the food had healing properties mixed in with that, and it's that, or you're just too fucking drunk to even care.
Probably a little bit of both.
Once Obsidian Fox finishes, or Obsidian stops or finishes typing. I'm gonna say, Obsidian, even though you slept for a few hours, you're still very exhausted because you're essentially being worked to death beforehand, and this is the first time you haven't really had chance to not have to work like this so far.
Back up in the room and looking at the two monster eating the carcass of turkey, she just takes the vegetable of the side and eats in silent.
What do y'all do to this? Faye?
Go ahead, Faye.
I don't know. I'm gonna do what I said earlier.
So you're just kind of laying on the bed, kind of seeing her just munching on a vegetable very silently.
Yeah.
Okay, Fox.
I put down the turkey leg that I've been munching on. I wipe down my hands from the turkey grease. And I, with my pinkies, I put my fingers in the spaghetti strap, and I hold up this purple dress, and it says, "Here, go change."
Now we're gonna
I
say
thought you will be too drunk to notice.
I only see 3 of you, but y'all can share the dress.
Oh my god. That was amazing. Damn you, Fox. I just realized something.
What?
When I had to rewatch, let's see, 3 hours worth of footage and cut out all the parts where we're essentially just not talking.
Yeah.
Just like, I don't want to do that.
It's not that hard.
It's not that hard, but I don't feel like sitting here for 3 hours listening to myself.
You can watch the fucking wavelengths in the fucking editing program.
Yeah, I know. Well, I don't think I actually have wave. I don't think so. Oh well, I'll figure something out. Honestly, what I'll probably do is I'm just gonna cut it up into pieces and upload it at parts. 100 parts later, we're just now getting outside of Torino.
Yeah, really.
Me too.
Well, as soon as y'all finish eating and go to bed, I'm gonna wrap it up there for tonight.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Never did get a reply from Neptune.
Nope.
Oh, you saw what I said?
She read him in silent and took the dress and looks at it with a questionable gaze on it and takes some potato on the soda and placed the dress on Faye's bed and lay on the bead she was sleeping back.
Okay.
Probably gonna have to put it on her.
No. I ain't doing that. I just looked at Iris is like, eh? And like doing the hand gestures like, you wanna fucking help now?
I don't know how to help, man. I don't.
She's just about to pass out on you. I mean, it's only a reason she's kind of become your daughter.
Yeah. She'll wear it. She'll go get
Questionable parents.
It's more questionable parent.
Yeah, I'm not the mother, man. I don't.
Somebody's getting sleepy.
I'm tired.
Yes.
I gotta talk to you for a little bit after this stuff.
Okay.
Just a couple of minutes.
At which point I was like, how many turkeys have we eaten all together? And, you know, all the side dishes and everything. It's like, is it more than half, less than half?
You've eaten like 3/4 of the meal by yourself. Faye ate a regular helping. So far, Obsidian's eaten carrot, I think, and a potato.
I'm gonna.
I am not tired XD.
not fucking changing you. Literally, I will walk out of this room and y'all can change yourself. It's like I grab with like what's left of a turkey, and I just leave. It's like you might want to change. You'll feel better once you're in the dress. And I just walk out, and I go down to the common room, and it's like a tankard of ale, please. Something
no.
that ain't watered down.
Oh, okay.
Did you say watered down?
Not watered down.
Oh, never mind. Good lord.
She, the elf woman kind of looks at you and says, "Have you put that purple dress on her yet?"
I've given it to her.
She kind of looks at you and kind of like annoyance. She didn't know what soap. I don't think she knows dress.
Look, I look to her. I say a few things in Dwarven, and it's like, even though I may be the cleric and I might be the potential adopted father of said child, I am not putting her in a dress. I will give you the 5
What
fucking
did you
gold
say in
if you
Dwarven?
do it.
What'd you say in Dwarven?
Pretty much the translation of clerical adopted, adopted parenting.
What?
During all that, it's like I'm, the only words that was actually translated was from in Dwarven was clerical adoptive parental unit. That whole section.
All right. She kind of looks at you. If you're gonna pay me 5 gold, I'll gladly.
Wait, isn't there should be 2 other players?
Huh?
It's only the 3 of us.
Yeah.
4. So.
I thought there's another 2 more, sorry.
No, they never replied. Well, anyways, the woman kind of puts her hand out.
I dig out like 5 or 6 gold.
She kind of wraps her hand around it and says, one way or another, I want to get the rest of that coin pouch. She kind of walks up and goes up to your room, comes in and like kind of swiftly, like nonchalantly, kind of looks over at Faye, notices she's completely passed out, looks over at Obsidian, the child that she is, kind of kneels down and says, "I'm sorry you have to deal with a parent like this." And she ends up asking, like, "Do you need any help getting away from these 2 idiots?" And she kind of like says that as she starts taking off the tattered clothing that you already had on, Obsidian, and pulls over the dress.
She shrugs and didn't say anything.
Okay. Well, she kind of looks at you. "If you ever need anything or any help, please just know." She gets up and walks out pretty quickly back down the stairs to the door. Kind of walks past them and hits him upside the head and said, "You could have done that yourself." You got anything to say, Fox?
Oh, I'm here. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna drink my ale and eat the rest of my turkey.
She hits you upside the
Before
upside
she
your head.
walks out, I will say to her, is there any other clothes other than this?
She says, "No, this is the only thing that you have." Yeah, fuck. Because she hits you upside the head. It's like you're mid swig.
I don't care.
So she kind of hits you.
She looks down to the floor and smemto not like the dress very mick, but she is in no position to say much. When she leaves, as changes back to her old cloths and goes bake the bead.
No, well.
Fuck me.
What's wrong, Obsidian?
All the spelling Mystica and will in one sentence.
Yeah, it happens, but well. So I'm just gonna say you two are in bed. Fox, is there anything special you want to do other than go to sleep?
Essentially finish my drink.
You're not gonna do anything stupid like
I
try to
lock the
pick
door
up.
before I go to sleep.
So you lock him out. That's great. I love it.
I think he has the key, actually.
I do
Oh,
have
do
the
you?
key.
Oh man, that would have been so great.
I was about to say, it's like, shit, wait, no, he has the key. And she has a key to all the rooms, too, so...
Still though.
Yeah, it would be funny. So, Fox, are you gonna do anything else? Like, picks or explore something you're not supposed to?
No, I am gonna ask the barmaid for 2 extra pillows and a blanket.
She hands you 2 pillows and a very short blanket that barely covers your feet. And says, that's all I have.
That's fine.
She kind of also said, be sure to eat some garlic. We do have some vampires around. And she kind of smiles at you, and you catch a glimpse of the look outside, and you kind of see a full moon just starting to rise up.
My goddess Timor shall protect thee. At which point, I take my 2 pillows and my very short blanket, and I head up to the room. I unlock it.
Before you go upstairs, the elf woman kind of smiles. Do anything. She smiles at you, wickedly sharp fangs in her mouth.
Oh.
She's kind of giggly and a little flirty with you.
Ooh.
So yeah, you go upstairs.
Yeah, I go up the stairs, I go to the room, I unlock the door, I step in, I relock the door, I put the fucking key on the end table, I lay down on the floor, I put the 2 pillows behind my head, I put this very tiny ass blanket over my head, and I pass the fuck out.
Take coffee and let's continue? JK, is this Bormance I am smelling?
I think she's trying to say bromance. No, it's a woman and a guy.
Yeah, I know what he's doing, I know what I'm doing, and it's just like...
Oh, you're gonna like
it's also going on 1 o'clock, 2 in the morning, and Faye's getting tired.
I'm getting tired.
It's 12:45 a.m.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's getting...
It's like, I'm wrapping this up. When we come back next in a week, well, less than a week, actually, technically 6 days.
Yeah.
We're gonna start off from you waking up. You will, however, you're gonna like what I'm gonna do. The elf woman I do have a good idea to do with her, but she's not gonna be. Just heads up.
Okay.
It's just flavor text. I will say that I was hoping y'all was gonna get to the one part I was hoping you to get to. Oh well.
The game I normally play starts at 10 p.m. my time to 5 a.m.
Good for you. I don't feel like staying up that late.
Yeah. I would be more of the one to run those type of long games. It's more of those two had to be up in the morning.
Which is morning to noon to you.
Yeah,
Just
something like
saying.
that.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like, if it was 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. for us, like, I can't do that because I literally would have to get home from school, go to sleep, and just on like 4 to 5 hours, and then I had to go an hour after the game ends to school. So I wouldn't be able to do that. And I do kind of like try to
Just
keep
like what I do.
hours. Yeah, but I can't do it honestly. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up tonight. So just a
Yay,
quick
okay,
summary.
good night everyone.
Yeah, good night everybody. I'm gonna get off here, do a quick summary to the end of this video
Yeah,
for
same.
day 1.
At which point we will catch everybody next Friday for Arctic's DM adventure. At which point we will actually find out on who is a vampire in this town. We actually had the return of Knotty Pine, so yay for me. At which point we will end it here and see you next Friday. Tomorrow is going to be my game with Hollywood Kid and Raza. That should be starting about 7 p.m. Central. And then we're off Sunday, but I think that we're going to have anime night then. So, I will see you then.